Welcome to the University of Salford. We are delighted that you've chosen to further progress your career with an apprenticeship programme. You probably have lots of questions about your apprenticeship, and in this video we will endeavour to answer some of them. Let's start at the beginning and answer the question, what is an apprenticeship? An apprenticeship is a training programme which combines on-the-job training and classroom learning. Employability skills are at the heart of everything you do. Apprenticeships are unique in the way they've been created. They're paid for through the apprenticeship levy, a tax paid by employers. They are subject to additional rigorous external audit and inspections to ensure the highest quality of learning. And they are designed by employers and experts from each apprenticeship industry. Let's look at that last point in more detail. Each apprenticeship programme has its own apprenticeship standard. This is a document which outlines all the requirements to achieve the qualification, including the KSBs, the knowledge, skills and behaviours employers have identified as crucial to the job role. KSBs are the foundation of an apprenticeship. They tell you what you need to know, knowledge, what you need to be able to do, skills, and how you should conduct yourself while doing it, behaviours. KSBs are developed and assessed throughout the programme. Also on the standard is the EPA, the End Point Assessment, which is the final test of KSBs and occupational competence at the end of the apprenticeship programme. Off-the-job learning is a phrase you will hear a lot during your apprenticeship. This is the time spent developing your KSBs, and depending on the programme could include theoretical learning in lectures, classroom sessions and online, practical training in university clinics, shadowing in the workplace or on placements, work-based learning, putting your KSBs into practice, and assignment and assessment preparation and completion. Apprentices formally record off-the-job activities and use this as an opportunity to reflect on their progress and make plans for further development. A key element of a successful apprenticeship is the partnership between you, your employer, and the university. To facilitate this, regular progress review meetings take place approximately every 12 weeks to ensure that you're on track and developing your KSBs. We'll discuss learning opportunities in the workplace, academic progress, identify any support that's required, and celebrate recent success. And ensuring you are successful throughout your time at the University of Salford and long into the future is the thinking behind the 6 fundamentals. The 6 fundamentals are a combination of apprenticeship and programme requirements and additional areas of understanding which add employability and personal development value to your experience. During induction week, you'll be introduced to each fundamental and complete e-learning on important areas of understanding such as safeguarding and the prevent duty. The 6 fundamentals are embedded throughout your apprenticeship and will form part of the conversations held during progress review meetings. Your apprenticeship and your journey throughout your time at the University of Salford is all about you, what you know when you join us, how you develop while you're on programme, and all the amazing things you'll be able to do when you leave. So we make it all about you with the Individual Learning Model, or ILM. The ILM puts you at the centre of your programme and begins even before day 1. We recognise that apprentices come to us with a diverse range of previous experiences and individual needs. And so during the onboarding process, we ask you to complete a series of forms and assessments which allow us to identify your starting point. This includes a self-assessment against the KSBs, identification of prior learning and prior experience related to your programme, your current understanding of the 6 fundamentals, identification of additional learning needs, and maths and English assessments to identify your current level of ability. All this information is then used to create an individual learning plan, which identifies SMART goals to ensure everyone progresses throughout the year, regardless of their starting point, and ultimately passes their endpoint assessment at the end of the apprenticeship. For example, if you come to us with a wealth of prior experience, we don't want you to just get to here. We want to stretch and challenge you to ensure you make just as much progress as someone with little experience who may need further information and guidance to allow them to achieve their endpoint assessment. Individual learning plans will also identify additional learning support requirements. Whether you come to us with an already diagnosed need like dyslexia or ADHD, or if you believe you need an assessment to support your learning. Once a learning need has been identified, a reasonable adjustment plan, or RAP, is put in place detailing the adjustments to be made to your programme. This might include additional time for assessments or exams, or the provision of assistive technology, Or you may receive support through Optimum Student Support, a dedicated service supporting apprentices with neurodiversity or mental health needs, and can include one-to-one study skills support sessions and mentoring. Once the individual learning plan has been set up at the start of the year, there are several monitoring processes to ensure your plan stays on track. Progress review meetings take place every 12 weeks with your employer and the university and provide the opportunity to review progress made on your ILP, identify any adjustments needed, and celebrate success and achievements towards your goals. And in between these times, the programme and apprenticeship teams will brag rate you on a regular basis. Brag is blue, red, amber and green and identifies whether you are exceeding expectations, progressing as expected, at risk of not progressing as expected, or not progressing as expected. If you are rated as amber or red, a supportive action plan will be put into place to identify the steps needed to get you back on track. At the end of the year, your ILP is reviewed and a new plan is created for the following year to continue your progress. Further information on the ILM will be provided during induction. Finally, let's talk about who will be there to support you on your apprenticeship journey. Alongside all the usual services available to all students at the University of Salford, which include Ask Us for advice on wellbeing, finance, housing, careers and so much more, the Disability and Inclusion team, the Library Academic Support team, and academic tutors from the programme team for subject support. As an apprentice, you will be allocated a Learning and Development Coach, or LDC. Your LDC works as part of your school's apprenticeship team and can provide advice and guidance on apprenticeship requirements. They will ensure your ILP is of a high quality with plenty of stretch and challenge to maximise your potential. They will work with programme teams to ensure RAPs are in place, and they will attend PRMs with you and your employer to ensure your progress is monitored and support put in place as and when required, including signposting to student services and coordinating supportive action plans. LDCs will also guide you through the break-in learning process if required. They will be your go-to person for all things apprenticeship. A brief note on break-in learning. Sometimes an apprentice needs to take a break in learning. This might be due to a number of factors, including maternity leave and personal issues such as ill health. A bill is a requirement of the funding body and strict processes must be followed. The employer must agree to the break in learning, and a meeting is held with the apprentice, employer and university to discuss the reasons for the bill and agree a return to study timeline. A supportive action plan also forms part of a bill and details any support required throughout the bill and on return to the apprenticeship. This has been a brief introduction to apprenticeships at the University of Salford. There is so much more to tell you, which is why during induction week your programme team and learning and development coach will provide you with further information about timetables, assessments and everything else you need to know. So, get ready to begin your amazing apprenticeship journey. We can't wait to meet you.